Today we are going to go over the set and forget trade setup while we trade the supply and demand methodology. Last week we talked about the confirmation trade setup. If you haven't seen that video, I will put it in the description below because that is my exact trade setup that I take every single day for the last 8 years. So check it out. Now, today, like I said, we are going to be talking about set and forget. Well, what is the difference between set and forget and confirmation? I am going to break that down because we know supply and demand is a very powerful tool when used correctly and consistently. So let's look at Euro USD, for example. So the first thing that we got to do is we need to start with the higher time frame. We need to be drawing out our higher time frame supply and demand zones to figure out where the big money is buying and selling. Okay, and if you have any confusion about how to identify zones, draw zones, determine trend, and that type of stuff, I have created a tips playlist on my YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube, go to playlist, and then you can see it right over here, view full tips playlist, and that will bring you a lot more information on the methodology. So the first thing, like I said, just like the confirmation trade setup, is we need to start with our higher time frame. We need to understand, hey, Euro USD daily time frame, clearly we're in a downtrend. But where are the big money buying and selling at? Well, there's a lot of sellers coming in here and in here. We're making lower lows, lower highs. So we're in a downtrend, which is nice. We're going to be selling with the trend. We also have our zones drawn out, and we want to be trading inside these zones. Honestly, we could just draw the two zones like that, and we're just going to merge the two because it looks to me over the last 45 days, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And now we just made a new lower low. So prices just pulled back up into this previous area of supply of where a bunch of sellers came into the market. I mean, I scroll in here. Look, if there is a strong imbalance, do you think prices will leave the area strongly or it'll go sideways like it did over here? If there's a serious imbalance between buyers and sellers, it's going to leave very fast. So that's exactly what I like to see. Very strong imbalance candlesticks. That's telling me, hey, a lot of sellers were there. They might be coming again if price returns back into that area. So we understand we're trading with the trend and we are trading inside higher time frame zones. Now, when I go down to my lower time frame, I am trying to identify where I am buying or selling in this case on my zone. Originally, that video I talked about confirmation. Originally, confirmation is when once price comes back up into my higher time frame zone, I then go down to a lower time frame and wait for new confirmation. This is a trade I'm actively watching, but we have a bunch of news coming out later this week. We got Fed rates coming out from 3 different countries, a bunch of news coming out, so it's just not really a good week for trading in my opinion. But this is a really good confirmation entry. Price goes into my higher time frame zone. I then have confirmation of sellers coming in. Now, that is the confirmation setup of then waiting for prices to come back up and then sell that down. The set and forget setup is going back to your daily zone and then trying to find high quality trade setups that are inside the higher time frame zone. And we see here, very nice supply zone right there. It's got a very nice leg out. It removed an area of demand, distance move away. It's located inside a higher time frame zones. We're trying to stack the probability in our favor to why this zone is a good zone. Okay? And then we would simply sell the pullback if and when prices come back up into here. And it worked pretty well. I mean, prices came in. You would hopefully have your stop loss above the structure, obviously, right? Have it above the structure. And you'd be lolling to the bank, as you might say, right? Running to the bank. So that would be a set and forget. Another example that I want to share with you, when taking these set and forgets, I always recommend trading with the trend. Never set and forget counter trend markets because you are trading counter trend. It's much easier when you are trading with the trend. So in this case, we start with a higher time frame. Oh, and another thing, always trade inside your higher time frame. Always trade with the higher time frame trend and always trade inside your higher time frame zone. Those are the 2 biggest rules that I can tell you to focus on. So we start with our daily time frame. Daily time frame, we got higher highs, higher lows. It's clearly in an uptrend. I think we can all agree by this. we draw out this zone down here, this drop-based rally. Why? Well, it's got a very nice imbalance. It created a new high. We're above the 200 moving average. Once again, we're creating a list of evidence to say why prices might respect this area. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go down to a smaller time frame. We could draw our trend lines like that. I want to buy this zone when prices pull back, but I maybe not necessarily want to buy the whole zone. So I go down to my entry time frame and I say, hey, can I refine this zone down a bit to say where did the sellers really step in? And wow, look at this fantastic drop-based rally demand zone down here. So that would be a demand zone that we would buy if prices pull back into that higher time frame demand, as long as the trend is still in an uptrend, right? We're buying inside higher time frame demand. We're trading in the trend. We're buying at the very extreme as well. Drop-based rallies and rally-based drops work a lot better than the continuation patterns, the rally-based rally and the drop-based drop. That would be the set and forget. Now, confirmation, we talked about this in the previous video. If you want to see that, I will put that in the description below. And hey, if you guys are enjoying this video right now, I really appreciate if you hit that like button. Really helps me grow this channel and spread the word out to new people, and it lets me know that you enjoy this. So USD CAD, confirmation would be waiting for prices to then first go into the higher time frame zone, and then waiting for buyers to step in, breaking trend lines, opposing zones removed, right? And then maybe a zone being created, and then buying that area as a demand zone, while the set and forget trader is trying to buy that area down there. It's like the Euro USD. Maybe here on the daily, hey, we're trading with the trend, right? We got these two zones drawn out. Let's just draw out this zone like that and this zone like that. Well, we got supply zone, higher time frame supply. The set and forget trader would be trading that as their zone. Totally fine, totally acceptable. While the confirmation trader, the set and forget trader, like I said, is laughing to the bank. Ha 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 ha. And then the confirmation trader has got his evidence since price entered the higher time frame zone, and now he's waiting for prices to go back up there and then join into the trade. Okay, different pros and cons to each, right? We didn't really talk about take profits because this is something I could really dive into, but that is something that I can make videos on. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can always reach out to me on social media at Moneyball Austin, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you guys want to join a free training or look into joining my private coaching, then head over to moneyballtrading.com where you can get your free training there, where you're going to learn more about the supply and demand methodology. I'm working on an ebook for you right now. My top 3 tips, how to become a consistently profitable trader in 90 days, why 90% of the traders lose money. It's a fantastic training for you, as well as talking about brokers, demo trading, live trading, and sharing stories about other people growing their small account, becoming funded traders. And more of these supply and demand videos will be in the description below for this tips playlist. Traveling around the world as well. I got a couple of vlogs if you like that, making $100 a day from day trading. Mexico, Costa Rica, El Salvador. Fantastic. Check it out, guys. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like. See you guys later. Bye-bye.